Have you ever looked at a regular quarter and thought it's just a small coin worth 25 cents? Well, what if I told you one of those coins could actually be worth more than a brand new luxury car or even a small house? Yes, you heard that right. A rare 1976 Bicentennial quarter has sold for over $125,000, and some have even reached prices as high as $140,000 or an unbelievable $178,000. It sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. Stay with me until the end of this video because I'm going to explain how these rare coins were made, what mistakes make them so valuable, and how you can tell if you might have one sitting in your pocket right now. The story of this coin starts in 1976, when the United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, the Bicentennial. To honor this important year, the U.S. Mint made special designs for the quarter, the half dollar, and the dollar coin. For the quarter, an artist named Jack L. Ahr designed a new image showing a Revolutionary War drummer boy holding a drum, with a torch surrounded by 13 stars. The front of the coin still had the famous portrait of George Washington, but instead of showing just 1 year, it showed 1776 to 1976. These coins were a big deal at the time because they celebrated America's independence, and almost everyone wanted to have one. The 1976 quarters were made at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The one we're talking about today, the 1976 D, was made in Denver, and the small D mint mark under Washington's portrait tells you that. The Denver Mint made hundreds of millions of these quarters, so most of them are very common. You can still find them in circulation today. But every once in a while, a coin collector or even a regular person finds one with a rare minting mistaken error that turns a simple 25-cent coin into something worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, what makes some 1976 D Bicentennial quarters worth a fortune? It's all about the errors. During the minting process, some coins were accidentally struck with mistakes like double images, off-center strikes, or even on the wrong type of metal. For example, a few 1976 D quarters were struck on silver planchets that were meant for collector sets, not regular circulation. These are incredibly rare because the Denver Mint wasn't supposed to make any silver quarters at all. Others were double-struck or misaligned, giving them a shadowed or twisted look. Some have die cracks or missing details, which also make them special to collectors. One of the most valuable bicentennial quarters ever found was a 1976 D that had a major minting error. It was struck on a 40% silver planchet instead of the normal copper-nickel one. When experts examined it, they realized it was a one-of-a-kind mistake. When it went up for auction, collectors went crazy. The final sale price, around $125,000. Another 1976 D error coin in better condition sold for about $140,000. And one extremely rare specimen, which had a double strike and was believed to be a unique minting accident, was valued at an unbelievable $178,000. That's right, one small quarter that most people would spend on a pack of gum ended up being worth as much as a luxury car. Now imagine finding one like that in your change. It sounds impossible, but it happens. Many people have found rare coins in their pocket change or in old jars at home. You might have one right now and not even realize it. The trick is knowing what to look for. If you have a 1976 D Bicentennial quarter, the first thing to check is the mint mark. Make sure it has the small D under Washington's neck. Next, look at the details of the coin. Does anything look doubled or out of place? Are parts of the image missing or off-center? Those are signs of possible minting errors. Another important thing to do is check the edge of the coin. Most regular quarters have a copper color on the edge, but a silver planchet coin will look silver all the way around. You can also weigh it. A normal quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, but a silver one weighs about 5.75 grams. It doesn't sound like a big difference, but collectors and grading services use these small details to confirm if a coin is special. If you think you have something unusual, don't clean it, and don't try to polish it. Cleaning a coin can make it lose value. Keep it safe and have it looked at by a professional coin grader or a coin shop. The Bicentennial quarter is already a favorite among collectors because of its unique design and the story behind it. It represents a proud moment in American history, 200 years of freedom and independence. People love the design with the drummer boy, and the 1776 to 1976 date makes it stand out from all other quarters. But when you add a minting mistake, that little piece of history turns into something priceless. What's also interesting is that there were no quarters dated 1975. The mint used the bicentennial design for 2 full years, so every quarter made in 1975 and 1976 has the 1776 to 1976 date. That means you won't find a 1975 quarter anywhere. All the coins from those 2 years celebrate the bicentennial. Many collectors today still search through rolls of quarters from the bank hoping to find a rare bicentennial error. Some search coin collections passed down from family members. Others use magnifying glasses and small digital scales to check their coins closely. It's like a modern-day treasure hunt, and anyone can take part in it. You don't need to be an expert or spend money, just keep your eyes open and pay attention to the details. Think about it the next time you get change at a store or check your coin jar. One of those quarters could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Maybe it's a simple double die error worth a few $100s, or maybe, if you're extremely lucky, it's the legendary 1976 bicentennial quarter worth $125,000, $140,000, or even an incredible $178,000. It happens, and it could happen to you. Coins like these remind us that sometimes the most ordinary things can turn out to be extraordinary. A little mistake made almost 50 years ago at the Denver Mint has created a modern treasure hunt that still excites collectors around the world. So before you spend that next quarter, take a second look. Hold it under the light, check the edges, look for the D mint mark, and see if anything looks unusual. That tiny bit of extra attention might just lead you to a rare coin worth a fortune. So now that you know the story of the rare 1976 bicentennial quarter, you can see why people love to search for them. It's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the connection to history, and the dream that something small and ordinary could change your life. So go ahead, check your change, look in your old coin jars, and keep an eye out for the drummer boy quarter. Because you never know, you might be holding a coin worth $125,000, $140,000, or maybe even $178,000. Back in 1976, the United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, also called the Bicentennial. To honor that special year, the U.S. Mint decided to make new designs for the quarter, the half dollar, and the dollar coin. For the quarter, they picked a picture of a colonial drummer boy holding a drum, designed by an artist named Jack Ahr. The front still had George Washington's face, but instead of 1 year, it said 1776 to 1976. These coins were made by the millions at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. So how can a coin that was made in huge numbers be worth so much? The answer is in the mistakes, the minting errors that happened by accident and slipped into circulation. You see, most bicentennial quarters are worth only face value, maybe $1 or $2 if they are in perfect shape. But a few of them were struck in the wrong way, or even on the wrong kind of metal. Some coins were made with a double image, where you can see a shadow or doubling on the words or the picture of Washington. Others were struck off-center, where part of the design is missing. A few were hit on the wrong metal blank, for example, silver instead of the normal copper nickel. These mistakes are very rare, and collectors pay big money for them. One of the most famous bicentennial quarters was struck on a 40% silver planchet that was supposed to be used for special collector coins. Not only that, but it was also double-struck, meaning it was hit twice by the coin press, giving it a unique doubled image. When this coin was discovered, experts knew it was special. When it went to auction, bidding went crazy. It sold for more than $111,000. Later, another example in slightly better condition sold for about $123,000. And one coin, believed to be a one-of-a-kind double denomination error, was valued at over $158,000. Imagine finding a coin like that in your change jar. So how can you tell if your 1976 quarter might be worth a fortune? The first thing to do is check the mint mark. It's a tiny letter on the front of the coin, near Washington's ponytail. An S means it came from San Francisco, D is Denver, and if there's no letter, it's from Philadelphia. The S coins are often made of silver, especially if they look extra shiny. Next, look closely at the date and the words, "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling, like a shadow or second outline, that could be a double die error. Then check the edge of the coin. If it looks solid silver with no copper color showing, you might have a silver coin. You can also weigh it. A normal quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but a silver one weighs around 5.75 grams. Even a small difference matters. Collectors also look for off-center strikes, where part of the coin is blank or missing. Another sign is a clipped planchet, where it looks like a small bite has been taken out of the coin. If you spot something unusual, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value. Instead, keep it safe and have it checked by a coin shop or a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you exactly what you have. Now, here's something many people don't know: there were no quarters dated 1975. The U.S. Mint only made the 1776 to 1976 design for 2 full years, so every quarter from that time has the bicentennial look. That makes the design common, but the errors rare. Most people have never taken a close look at their change, so there could be treasure sitting in pockets, drawers, or coin jars all across the country. Collectors love the bicentennial quarter not only for its design but also for what it represents. It's a piece of American history that celebrates freedom, independence, and the country's 200th birthday. Holding one feels like holding a small part of that celebration. And when that little piece of history comes with a minting mistake, it becomes something truly unique, a tiny work of art worth thousands of dollars. There's also something magical about finding a valuable coin yourself. Imagine going through a handful of quarters from your wallet, spotting one that looks slightly different, and realizing it could be worth 6 figures. That's what keeps so many people excited about coin collecting. It's not just a hobby, it's a modern treasure hunt. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. If you ever find a 1976 bicentennial quarter, take a few minutes to study it. Hold it under good light. Look at the drummer boy's design, check the edges, and see if anything looks odd. If you think it might be special, research it or get it appraised. Even a small error can make it worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And if you're really lucky, you might hold one of the super rare pieces that have sold for over $100,000. Many people have already found rare coins in their pocket change without realizing it. Some have turned them in at the bank or spent them at stores, never knowing they let a valuable coin slip away. So the next time you get quarters as change, take a second look. It only takes a moment, but it could change your life. The story of the rare bicentennial quarter shows that even the smallest details can make a huge difference. A small minting mistake, a bit of silver, or a misaligned strike can turn pocket change into a collector's dream. That's why it's always worth checking your coins carefully.